always tried to avoid making rules about how people should behave in my companies. I'm not an anarchist by any means, but on the other hand, I have come to understand that about the time a startup of mine reached the size that somebody wanted to have an employee policy manual, well, that was about the time I was getting ready to leave. It wasn't an intuitive leap, but hard experience that taught me that you shouldn't institute rules when you don't have a chance of enforcing them. So instead of a rule, I make a request of my students that they please do themselves and me a favor and try to avoid the temptation to connect to the net while in my classes. But I have not forbidden them because I'm not inclined to ban laptops altogether, which would be the only way of enforcing it. Now apparently some professors at Duke have banned laptops, but I get that typing their notes has all sorts of advantages to the students, so I don't call for a ban altogether, so I don't set a rule that says you can't get on the net. Instead, what I do is I take a couple of minutes in a couple of my classes to make the most passionate plea I can for them to please stay off the net while they're in my classes, and I support it with a very simple but very important reason why. It's because I design my classes as a chance for my students to exercise their creative minds, to deepen or broaden their capacity for insight and creative thinking, and there's just too much evidence now building up that spending time on the net retards your creative growth and development. So of course I must request that they do not work against the purpose of the class. I had been expressing this concern for the past couple of years, and then I read a great essay on the topic this last summer in Atlantic Magazine with the wonderfully provocative title, Does Google Make Us Stupid? It was written by Nicholas Carr, an A-list author on information technology. The author examines himself early in the article, and his conclusion is that after relying heavily over the last couple of years on the amazing research capabilities, not just of Google, of course, but of the extraordinary information resources the net has, that he has, and I quote him now, an uncomfortable sense that someone or something has been tinkering with my brain, remapping the neural circuitry, reprogramming my memory. My mind isn't going, so far as I can tell, but it's changing. I'm not thinking the way I used to think. And he brings a wonderfully powerful image to make the point. He says, once I was a scuba diver in a sea of words. Now I zip along the surface like a guy on a jet ski. Now in the old days, before the net, in the old days when I was your age, there was a good bit of buzz about a fellow named Marshall McLuhan, who was the first pioneering cultural critic and academician who studied how the power of television advertising content would begin to impact not only the way we feel about a particular product, but that the sum total of these advertising messages would create a population that would define its aspirations through consumption as opposed to through creating. Soon his study morphed into a topic that interested him even more, which was how our communications technologies themselves, from the alphabet to the printing press to television, how these technologies, independent of their content, but because of how they structured and organized content in order to deliver it, affected deeply the way we received it, which affected deeply how we think about it.